Is it okay to continue to do trauma work while pregnant? So of course, obviously, I gotta say the thing, this is not medical advice. At the end of the day, it really comes down to you and what your system feels is right or not right. But here's what I know. Women have been pregnant for many, many, many millennia, and they have bad things happen to them. Traumas, stressors, falls, abuses, all the things, right? So we can handle quite a bit when we are healthy. Now, the thing is that we want to make sure, in that perfect world, if there is a stressor, we want to mitigate them as much as possible. But again, it depends on the kind of stress. Exercise is good, but if you've never exercised a day in your life, you might want to be a bit more titrated at how you start to exercise, as one example. When it comes to trauma work, it depends on what you're doing. But this is the same for someone who isn't pregnant. So again, little one is going to get the experience of everything that's occurring to us. The chemicals, the emotions, the feelings, the sensations, the sense of safety, the sense of danger, the safety, the resources, all of those things. And so it comes down to, how are you as the soon-to-be mother, as the female, how are you being with your experience as you're doing said trauma work? If you are overriding and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing to try to get something, to solve something, that might be too much. But the thing is that's not suggested even if one is not pregnant. And this comes back to the basic foundations of at least what I teach, me and my close colleagues who really go with the ethos of less is more, build foundation, build capacity, titrate, take breaks, and don't go past your limit. Now, if you've never known what your limit is, and you've always, in your history, we would call it overrode, we've always ridden our impulses. Like, I have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to hold it for 2 hours. People do that. This is why following biological impulse is one of the first things I teach my students. If you are feeling the need to excrete something from your body, if you're hungry, if you're thirsty, allow those needs to be met, which is exactly what we want to do with babies. So when a little one, an infant, is out and they're learning how to be in the world, the way that they learn how to be in the world is through co-regulation with the primary caregiver, usually the mother, but not always, that co-regulation. And we want her to attune and connect to little one's sensations, not their sensations, they can't tell us that, but their biological needs through how they cry, how they look. And then we attune to that, and then we give them what they need. That then lets them know, someone's here taking care of my hunger, my being over hot, being too cold, being scared, all the things. And then that brings their nervous system down, and that starts the process of wiring good self-regulation. Why am I saying this? Because the person asked about when one is pregnant. It starts there. It starts in utero. It starts even before in utero. Mother can listen to her physiology and have connection with little one inside. It starts that bond. It starts that attunement bond with said little one. So that's really the answer to that question. The other thing is you might need more rest. You might need more time. I recently had a student who had signed up to do weekly sessions with a somatic experiencing practitioner, And he said, you know, I kind of feel like I don't need another session next week. I was like, well, then don't do another session. You know, it's like your system doesn't need it. You need time to integrate. So wait, spend that week going on walks, spend that week cooking good food, spend that week doing other things for your health that aren't about working with the specific traumas. And when we've had something stuck in us for so long, a memory, a deep, deep sense of emotion, whatever that emotion might be, anger, sadness, disgust, pain, fear, and we get that out, the system has to reshuffle and rearrange and integrate. And so put on top of that someone who is carrying another life. And if you know anything about pregnancy, blood supply almost, I can't remember my physiology, my reproductive physiology classes, but it, I think, is doubled or more, right? Organs are shifting. Things are changing. Bones are changing. Systems are changing. And so when you do a piece of trauma work, you are then having to integrate not only your memory of what it's like to be in your body, but this new experience of having a completely different body. So that is me in service of saying, if one does trauma work, slow, take your time, don't push, take lots of breaks. And someone asked, how do you trust yourself? That's what I teach. You have to rebuild this trust slowly over time with connection to self, connection to the environment, and working with these old patterns of dysregulation that are keeping us locked in some form of fear, lack of intuition. And our intuition comes from our organs. It comes from our sensations, which are born out of our organs, out of our system. So that's how we start to trust ourselves. And when it comes down to birthing babies, pregnancy, and even taking care of little ones, the more we trust ourselves and the more we connect to ourselves, the more we are able to connect with them. If we can't connect with us, it's very hard to connect with them. All right, signing off. Thank you, everyone.